Ask the Messengers, the program that deals with substance abuse, real people telling real stories. Where there is addiction, there is a chance for recovery. We're trying to help save lives on Ask the Messengers.
Welcome to another episode of the Ask the Messengers TV show. I am your host, Tina Nelson. And on this week's episode, we go one-on-one. Actually, they go one-on-one together. Our street reporter, LaShawn Battle, and our project manager, Kimberly E. Mallory. They are going to talk about life in recovery, how you can have fun on the other side. We are out here in California, Burbank, sun is shining, and guess what? They are here to tell you that it's good over here. And hopefully you'll learn something today that'll make you want to be on the other side with them too.
Now, here are a few highlights while we were enjoying the fun in sunny Hollywood, California. All right, here we go. We on the boulevard where the stars hang. All right, let's go over here and see what I'm gonna get in this Louis store.
Okay.
Go get my Kanye moon boots.
What's up the hill?
Stores. It's so pretty down here. We filming a movie. Oh my God, I love this dress. I hear California hot rod. Woo-hoo!
So, Kimberly, tell me a little bit about your book.
Oh, I'm so glad that you asked. My book, right here. There is no sound in my screen. Drugs, Truth, and Faith. Because this book is about the use of drugs and how the truth is that I had to have faith in order to recover.
You said there's no sound. So that was silence.
There was silence, a silent scream that I thought nobody heard.
But God.
But God.
Okay, tell us a little bit about it.
Well, my book is about how, when I was in the street on drugs, sometimes we all have the same story, but we don't all have the same testimony. So that's what I have today is my testimony on how I got rid of the use of drugs through God.
Okay.
The use of drugs.
So what was your life like coming up as a kid?
As a child, it was really rough. My mother died at the age of 11. I was 11 years old. And so, see, when you use drugs, there's always stems from something else in your life. And so the drugs are just a symptom of this disease of addiction.
Now, did she die due to drug use?
No, she died of cancer when I was 11 years old, and so we got shipped off. It was 5 girls in my family, sisters, and we all got shipped off to different places. And see, that's where it started happening for me, where my life just started spiraling.
Okay, so when you got shipped off to different places, different foster homes, or split up between
Family members.
Okay.
Family members.
Did you get a chance to see your sisters?
Yeah, just one sister that went with me because we got shipped off to Florida, so we were all like in different states.
So how's your relationship with your sisters now?
Amazing. They couldn't be better. It's almost like nothing ever happened, like in between, that we have lost time, because now we're all just back siblings again.
Okay, so how did you encounter drugs?
Well, like I said, first I began stripping, and I thought that was the thing to do because I made so much money. See, I didn't have a chance to have therapy about my mother's death. And so that's what kind of happened to me. I kept that suppressed, and I felt like I could forget about it through drugs. So I started stripping.
How old were you when you first started stripping?
Oh, I was I want to say 25.
Oh,
like
you
I was
wasn't
up there.
You
I was
wasn't
not
no
a spring
young
chicken.
girl.
I was not a spring chicken. I was 25, so I kind of think to myself I should have known better. But the money is what had me going.
Okay.
Yeah. So, LaShawn, tell us a little bit about you. We're both in recovery. Tell us about your recovery.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm sort of kind of like you. I come up with a rough life. The state took me away from my mother when I was 7. Stayed awarded the state for 10 years. 2 months after I got clean, my mother got killed. The using process started for me at about 8. We was sneaking and smoking weed and drinking the drinks. You know how after party, your parents, back in the 70s, it was easy to get hold of a drink. After they party and leave all the cups on the table, all you had to do was dump them in you.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So, yeah, life took a down spiral once my mother got killed. Then I started smoking crack at 16. It's a long story, but we hear about this book.
Yeah, well, like I said, we all have similar stories,
Right.
but we all have different testimonies.
Right.
And so, that's what I'm just really excited that God had put it on my heart to write a book. And please believe it was not easy to write this book. Many nights I threw this book back in the drawer, and I was like, God, I can't do it because it hurts so bad to write my life. And so I had to start looking at the good that happened in my life, LaShawn.
So do you have any kids?
I have a son, and our book talks about my son, how, I would drag him to dope houses, but my son ended up being real good. He started drinking because he wanted to hide the pain of his mother being a crackhead. And so he started drinking. I got clean when I was 42 years old. My mother died when she was 42 years old, and my son said, Ma, you have been such an amazing example. I'm going to stop drinking at the age of 42. And praise God, my son has 2 years clean. He stopped drinking at 42.
See? Won't
God do it?
Yes. So with that being said, where do people go get your book at?
You can find my book on Amazon. You can pull up Kimberly Mallory. It'll come up on Amazon. You can pull up the title, There Is No Sound in My Scream, on Amazon. This is Kimberly Mallory from Ask the Messenger's television show project manager out here in Burbank, California. We'll be right back.
Won't you help us to do exactly what our motto is, and that is to help save lives? Won't you send a generous donation to the information there on the screen? We would love to have you as part of our partnership to help save lives. You may not be able to go out in the street, you may not be able to come here to the show, but you can send your donation that helps us save lives.
Hey everybody, this is Kimberly Mallory, your project manager from Ask the Messenger's television show here in Burbank, California. So what we're going to do today is we're going to talk about real people and their real stories. So we have with us today Trish. And Trish, can you just tell us, how did you start using drugs?
When I was a little kid, I was walking to school with my sister, and she was smoking weed, and I was like, I'm going to tell on you. And she's like, no, you're not. You're going to do it, too. And that just taking that one hit with her and getting sent home sick from school that day, it set it off.
And you were 5 years
I was 5 years old.
And that's how your drug use started.
Yep.
So tell us today, how much clean time do you have?
I have 5 months and 7 days.
5 months. That's what I'm talking about. Tell us a little bit about what you're doing with your recovery with 5 months clean.
I be of service. I reach out to other people who are just getting onto this road. I live in a sober living. I do an outpatient program through a place down here. I don't know if I can say their name or not. No, you're not. All right. And you too can be free from the power of drug addiction because I gave it 32 years of my life.
Okay.
I was hooked on methamphetamines, lived in a trap house, the whole 9 yards. And if I could do it, anybody can. So I just want to tell everybody that, like, it is possible.
Tell everybody a little words of encouragement that you have.
You can do it one day at a time. If you just try, believe in yourself.
All right, your street reporter LaShawn coming to you from Burbank, California, here with Billy. Billy, what's your clean date?
10/31/19.
Okay, and what was your drug of choice?
Heroin.
How long did you use?
God, 15 to about 20 years.
20 years?
Yeah.
Okay. How was your life with your family when you was using?
Deceitful, deceptive. Fortunately, I had parents who always supported me. Like, they never went the tough love route and always were actually two of my biggest advocates. So my life with them was good. My life and relationship with them is considerably better now.
Good. So we do recover. What brought you to your knees? What made you tell you? What made you say, look, enough is enough, I'm done?
Prison. I found prison to be a fantastic deterrent to more prison. And I knew if I continued to use, I was going to continue to do the behaviors that would send me back to prison. So it forced me to do some real honest assessment and hammered home some lessons that needed to be taught in a way that I couldn't possibly misconstrue them.
And how much time did you have to think about that?
52 months.
And you just decided when you came out that it was over?
Yeah, I mean, I decided while I was in that it was over, but they didn't let me out early for that. So yeah, when I got home, it became like real time practice. And always thinking I was the smartest guy in the room probably led to why I went for like 20 years and failed for 20 years. It accounted for all that wasted time.
Okay. So what do you do to maintain your recovery now?
Well, I took all the suggestions. I did everything I was told to the best of my ability and never once tried to cherry pick what parts would work for me and what wouldn't. And like getting a sponsor, forming a network, not stuff I was good at, but I did it and it's working. Like, I'm from Boston. I'm in Burbank, California right now.
Right.
With like 26 months clean. Every relationship I valued is either strengthened or like seriously strengthened, and I've formed like friends. I hadn't formed friends since I was in like kindergarten. Right. There's like people who like love me and want to help me, and I used to hear that and think it was a cliche, but again, I'm in Burbank, California right now. I know like one person here, but I know hundreds of people here. It's a wonderful thing. It's nice out here.
Yes, it is. So since you've been here, what have you done?
Out here?
Yes.
The meetings, just the convention.
You've been around Hollywood, anything like that?
No, I haven't ventured off the resort, so it's not safe out there. I said 26 months, not 260, That's still too close to a problem. But I know, so I keep myself in positions I can manage.
Okay.
I don't take unacceptable risks. I minimize what remains. Like, introspection was never part of my problem. Mm-hmm. I was never the addict who got high and just couldn't figure out why. There was direct causality to my using. Fortunately, or unfortunately, when I was in prison, I learned how ridiculous the way I thought was.
Okay, let me ask you this. How did you maintain your recovery during the pandemic? What did you do to stay clean? Did you do the Zooming?
Yeah,
how did you?
Very, very quickly, Boston had shut everything down.
Mm-hmm.
Addicts being resilient and pretty formidable people. We were on Zoom like right away. And that was one of the good things about the Zoom, and that the pandemic had slowed things down so much that I'd be at work like nothing, like literally just able to be on meeting after meeting. And then that time zone thing, like you go to do the 9 o'clock meeting in Seattle, the 10 o'clock meeting out in California, like it
Go
just
all around the world on
availability was suddenly everywhere. Yeah. So I did a Zoom meeting every day, at least one.
Okay.
And I stayed in contact with my sponsor. I had, well, some time on my hands, so I started writing the step work. And that was big, because before that, I never did it. I could get with the fellowshipping and like actually showing up and going to the meetings, but I'd never actually done the program part of the program. It was a 12-step program, and I'd never written steps before. So I got into it, and
right, we had a lot of time to do that.
the results are speaking for themselves so far. And like I'm so grateful for it.
Eddie, where you from?
I'm from the East Coast originally.
From the East Coast?
East Coast.
Okay. So, we here in Burbank, California. How long you been clean?
2 years and a month or so. I just celebrated 2 years. On the
Okay.
12/1/19 is my clean
What was
date.
your drug of choice?
Meth.
Meth?
Yeah. But I'm an alcoholic, and I tried everything, did everything. Yeah.
How did your using affect your relationship with your family?
Family wasn't too bad because they were back east. So, but relationships with everybody else, it screwed it up for sure.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. What did you do? What was your bottom? What made you stop and you said, look, enough is enough, I'm done?
Well, I just had enough of it. I mean, originally I was, I got clean in 2007, so I had 10 and a half years, and then I relapsed for 2 years.
Really?
So, yeah. So,
What made you relapse?
I guess the death of my brother. He got shot. My father shot him, actually, to get him off of me because we were having a fight, and that probably is what did it. It I didn't consciously use over it. It was about 6 months later is when I relapsed, and I got together with an old girlfriend who was using, and it was just it was on the table, and I just walked over and picked it up and used it. There was no turmoil or anything like that. I just basically picked it up just as if I had gone to the bathroom.
And how long did you stay out there after that?
It was about 2 years, but I was still coming to meetings, and I was, and they saved my life. I say that many, many times. But I so I would, feel bad. I'd feel horrible, smoking that you're supposed to get a rush, and I would feel horrible every time, and I'd get like a month or like 3 weeks, and then stay up for a week, and then basically, kept coming back though.
So how's your relationship with your family today?
Oh, it's great. They're glad to have me back because I fell out of touch. You know what I mean? In the time that I used, I didn't call anybody or go home. Go back for Christmas or anything. This year I went back for Christmas, and it was great. Yeah. My parents are old; they're in their 90s. So they're glad to have me back.
Okay.
For sure.
Is there anybody out there that you would like to make amends to?
No, actually. Well, my brother, who got shot.
Okay, so let me tell you this: look into that camera and then make amends to your brother.
Matt, I'm sorry I wasn't there for you when you need me the most. I disowned you because you wouldn't get into the program, and I wish I was gonna be able to be helpful to you, but hopefully you're in a better place.
I'm here with
Lena and Kitty Red.
And today they're down here to celebrate her birthday. And what will you be doing for your birthday? What y'all plan on doing, ladies?
This is her first time in LA, so we just taking her around and giving her a little tourist vibe that I know she would really, really like.
Okay, so
Right.
let me ask you this: do you ladies smoke weed?
Yes, ma'am. Doctor's orders.
Would that be in the? So that will be in the plan.
Yes, ma'am.
So let me ask you this:
Been in there.
Right.
Been in the plan.
Okay. She said been in the plan. So how will you ladies be protecting yourself from the COVID?
I got my
I was
mask.
about to say I got my mask, and we wash our hands regularly. We have
Sanitizer on deck.
Bubble. Perfect. Everybody got a personal bubble. You stay in your own bubble and allow other people to be in their own bubble. We be good.
Exactly.
Okay. When it's time to smoke, Do you all smoke the same?
We smoking with each other. That's about it.
Yeah, me and her.
Just you and her?
Yeah,
and
we done
everybody
got tested. We straight.
Right, we good.
But if
we don't smoke with nobody.
nah,
Okay.
you don't know what they put up in there neither.
No,
Right,
you
right.
can't trust everybody.
Have you ever had a bad experience?
With what?
Somebody putting something?
Oh no! But I've
Oh,
heard
that's
stories. I've heard stories. People, just not paying attention or trusting the people that they're around and thinking that they could just do anything. If you're not watching it, people do what you do. Then you might as well just do it by yourself.
I wrote my own stuff.
Okay.
Right.
So let me ask you ladies something. I want you to look into that camera and get somebody out there who's, maybe thinking about smoking but don't know how to be safe. Give them some tips on how to be safe.
Smoke your own stuff. Smoke it, roll it on your own, by yourself.
Agreed.
What about the vaccine? How do you feel about that?
I mean, thank you.
Are you ladies vaccinated?
No, I'm not vaccinated.
You are. Okay.
I'm tested negative.
Okay. Okay. Are you planning on getting
No,
vaccinated?
I don't know what's in that.
Okay. Okay. Why did you choose to get vaccinated?
Because I want to travel.
I know that's right. That was
Simple.
mine too.
I want to travel.
Bougie.
You like traveling, huh?
Yes, I love to travel. So
Okay.
yeah, I gotta. It's a rule, and I'm not trying to go to jail.
Have any one of you ever had COVID before?
No. See,
Yeah.
that's why she got this.
I survived COVID.
She wanted to travel. That's why she got
Yeah,
it.
but it wasn't. It was when the first wave came. It wasn't when the second wave came.
So when you caught COVID, what did it feel like?
hell, sorry about the
Tell us your experience.
It was the flu times 10. I didn't have any sense of smell. I couldn't taste anything. I was hallucinating. I was very tired. I couldn't eat. It was really bad, and I had it for at least a month and a half.
Did you have to go in the hospital?
I'm a natural herber, so I was doing natural things to protect myself. But I did end up getting vaccinated and stuff, and then going to the hospital to make sure I was negative and clear of it. So yeah,
Right.
I am negative now.
Good.
And I did get vaccinated.
We're out here on location in sunny Burbank, California. It is a beautiful day. It's beautiful to be out here. Right now, let's go to Kim and LaShawn.
Okay, so what I want of words of encouragement for you today is to always believe in yourself. Never leave before the miracle happens. And what happens when you leave before that miracle, LaShawn?
You'll miss your blessing.
You'll miss your blessing.
Well, that concludes this week's episode of the Ask the Messengers TV show. We hope something you heard today helped you in some way to know that recovery is possible. If you or someone you know is experiencing anything that seems to be too hard to handle, please know there is a way out, and don't hesitate or be afraid to seek help. Thank you to all the real people who shared their stories while we were out there in sunny California. Until next time, may you seek a power greater than yourself so that you too can turn your mess into a message that will help save lives. Continue to stay safe, and most importantly, be kind and love one another.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is your captain speaking. We'll be landing in the airport in just a few minutes.
Won't you help us to do exactly what our motto is, and that is to help save lives? Won't you send a generous donation to the information there on the screen? We would love to have you as part of our partnership to help save lives. You may not be able to go out in the street, you may not be able to come here to the show, but you can send your donation that helps us save lives.
God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference.